Hello, I am MadApples. I haven't made a video in a very long time, and that's because I've chose to move from PC to the Android development. And I've been busy in real life. But here I am, I'm back. But now we're doing a game for the Android, and this is my very first Android game that I've ever developed for the Android store, which is not yet there. It's called MadLife. The objective of this game is to be as successful as you can before your character dies, of either old age or some other natural or not so natural causes. So here you can actually pick your own name, blah. You can choose your age, you choose your thing, or if you don't select any of those, it'll randomly choose one for you, including a name for you. This is a turn-based game, which means when you make your move, the NPCs, non-player components, will make their move after. So this is the map. This is your stats. This is the NPC bar, and then other buttons that you're gonna need throughout the game. Right now it's a 5x4. It is procedurally generated, which means it changes. It's never the same. Right now it's a 5x4, and the next one might be a 10x9. The amount of NPCs are put in, the type of NPCs with the different personalities, they're procedurally generated. It's always different. The buildings that gets placed down in these 4 different locations will also be different every time as well. And so let's move around. And the reason for all that randomness is so that your game is always different every time. So to move around, you actually select one of these 4 spots on the road. So if you want to go right, you select the right road. It's actually very easy. So let's do that. Let's go down. And then you see these NPCs. They move around like you do. So they are have a mind of their own. They also have stats like you do, and they make choices like you do. They remember your actions and other NPCs' actions as they interact with each other as well. And therefore, that's why it's a turn-based game, because they make their move and they go through their programming algorithms. Okay, so let's go inside of a building, which is one of these 4 you can choose. So let's go to the first one here. This is what it looks like inside. Right now, the only building I have currently is empty lots, and that is like the default thing. As you notice, it takes mood, liquid, and food to move around. It takes energy to move around too. And what we're going to try to do is find a bench. It's an item that I've developed. Oh, there's one. Ha. Speaking of which, here is your item. You can interact with items that is in lots. Like if you have a house and you have a bed and you have a TV, you'll be able to select that bed and TV and have a different reaction. So let's select the bench. Whoops. This is what the item screen looks like. You can choose the action depending on what kind of item it is. You can get different actions. Again, right now we only have benches. It's my very first item. You can sit, sleep, pick up. So sitting, let's do that action. And it skips a turn. So up here you see your hours. It'll waste an hour allowing the NPCs to make their move. You've skipped your turn. You'll lose food and liquid, but you won't lose energy or mood when you sit. So let's fill up our energy. So let's sleep, which will refill our energy. It's not a bed, but I mean it's still fun to sleep on benches, I guess, if you're a bum. And you do start out as a bum. Whoops. I suppose I should click wake up. So you have to wait 5 hours. 5 hours has passed. It's now hour 12. Now during each hour, NPCs make their move each hour, as you noticed. Okay, let's do another action with the bench. Let's pick it up. It's no longer in the area, but if you click backpack, it's in your backpack. And while your items are in your backpack, certain items you'll be able to interact with. You obviously can't sit on a bench if you're carrying a bench. You can't sleep on a bench. You obviously can't pick it up, but you can put it down. But let me show another example of moving around with items in your backpack. I'm going to leave. And let's go left. Okay, look at all these NPCs here. Okay, so then I'm gonna go inside of a lot. And now I'm gonna go ahead and put the bench down. Selecting put down. It's no longer in my backpack, and there you go. You put a bench down inside of this lot. And now you'll be able to sleep or sit or whatever your action's gonna be. Okay, so let's leave real quick. Now that you know this, actually, I'm going to carry this around just because I feel like it. Whoops, pick up. So I'm going to show you some other things. Now, you notice that my liquid and food is now empty, but I got some mood. The mood, if you updated your offense and defense, if your mood was completely gone, then you'll lose your upgraded stats. So it's not a good idea to have mood down. And to get your mood up, obviously, you need a TV or some kind of entertainment action. Go to the movies, for example, which doesn't exist yet. Food, if you're out of food, you go into starvation mode. Liquid goes in dehydration mode. Now, liquid, it takes away like 4 or 5 of one of the other, or sometimes both. Food only deducts 1 of each. But because I'm out of both, I'm gonna lose my health pretty quickly. Let's put it to you that way. So let's move around. We're gonna intentionally lose our health. But before we die, let me show you something else. You can select an NPC. You can see what NPCs. This is a kid, obviously, age 10. Let's select a different NPC. There's a lady, 37, female, Deltra. You can have interactions with them. Not yet, but you'll be able to rob and pickpocket. But remember, if you do, though, these other NPCs remembers your actions. So it will remember that you pickpocketed someone when they saw you once. So if one of them has a building and you want to get a job from that building, from that NPC, they won't hire you because they remember that you pickpocketed someone that they witnessed. So that's how that's going to work. So let's move around again. Sometimes you lose a lot of energy, right? Like I said, just selects one or the other. The idea now is just to die. So you can see what the death looks like. That's another thing. If you run out of energy, you'll drop to sleep wherever you're at. You'll just lose consciousness and you'll be forced to sleep the entire time until you wake up. Actually, let's go back down. I want to show you something real quick. You can cycle through. Whoops. There's just enough NPCs, but really you can actually slide the NPCs back and forth if there's more. So you can cycle through them and stuff and select the one you want. Okay, fell asleep again. The reason I'm losing it fast is because I'm starving to death and I'm super thirsty. Dehydration. Look at my health. It went down a lot. We're trying to die here. But we're getting pretty lucky. We're surviving one way or another. It just happens. Sometimes you don't lose too much health too quickly. It is random. It's day 3, hour 12, and we're still alive. We're gonna die eventually, you would think. This is the longest I survived, actually. When you're sleeping, you don't really use as much as stats as you would if you were awake. So that's why you're not seeing me dead yet when I'm sleeping 10 hours later. Okay, and there's the death screen. Yay, and I can end this video. So there's my game. I hope you enjoyed it. How to play, there's nothing there yet. If I don't select anything here, it'll randomly. I think I showed this to you already, but here it is again. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and give me a like or two. Make a comment if you wanted. Thank you for watching this. Have a good day, and talk to you later.